2 summers ago, my cousin Anthony disappeared at the Eastwood Pines campground. We were backpacking miles away from the main trails. I was there when it happened. 1 minute we were laughing by the campfire, and the next, he was just gone. I remember being in a sudden state of panic. I screamed his name at the top of my lungs until my throat bled. I looked everywhere, but it was like the forest had swallowed him whole. The police questioned me for days. They looked at me with deep, heavy suspicion. After all, I was the only one who came out of those woods. But, due to the lack of evidence, they eventually let me go. My cousin was declared missing, and the police searched every inch of Eastwood Pines, but couldn't find him anywhere. There wasn't a single trace of his body. It was like he had never been there to begin with. I never got closure after that incident, and so I hiked back to the old campsite. I told everyone I was going to say my final goodbyes, but deep down, I knew. I was looking for answers. By the time I set up my tent, the sun had already gone down. I had trouble sleeping later that evening. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't shrug off the feeling that someone or something was watching me. Perhaps I was just paranoid. Regardless, I decided to start a campfire in the middle of the night. It felt calming, almost like my cousin was there with me. The last thing he told me before he disappeared was, "If I leave, don't let me come back." I couldn't figure out what he meant by that. I sat there staring into the flames, trying to make sense of it. That's when I heard a twig snap in the distance. I immediately stood up, wondering who it could be. There wasn't supposed to be anyone else on these campgrounds as far as I was aware of. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed an all too familiar face. A little boy, wearing a yellow hiking jacket and red gumboots. It was Anthony. But how? How was he alive? Before I could ask him myself, someone else came out of the darkness. I froze upon seeing him. It was me. Except, I was wearing the exact same clothes from 2 years ago. A grin started to spread across both of their faces as they walked towards me. But I didn't run. Instead, I just broke out laughing. So this is what Anthony meant. And now I would be joining him. If I leave, don't let me come back.